Hour Special Edition.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening and thank you for tuning in to the special edition of the News Hour. I'm Deepti Sachdeva. Is Mamata Banerjee lying? Has she just tried to create a story of what really happened in the Niti Aayog meeting? Why did she do that? Has she done this essentially to, cut some favors with the entire opposition bloc that wanted her to boycott? They told her you should not go for this meeting. They said we have all decided right now to cock a snook at the government and to show the government its right place. But Mamata Banerjee differed. She wanted to go for this meeting. What has happened in the Niti Aayog meeting today? We've seen some very sharp charges, counter charges that have come in on that big political story. A story that ideally should have been more about what was discussed in the meeting. How is it going to help you and me? How will it help different states? What is it that states really want out of the Niti Aayog meeting? But none of that is being discussed. What is being discussed is whether Mamata Banerjee's mic, as she alleges, was switched off or not. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has been the first to counter Mamata Banerjee step by step, followed by a very, very detailed response that has also come in from the Niti Aayog that says nothing like this happened. They say that every chief minister in the meeting was allotted time to speak. This is roughly about 7 minutes to all chief ministers. And as soon as your time was getting finished, you had the counter going from a 7 to a 6 to a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it stops. The clock just stops. An almost similar thing happened with Mamata Banerjee is what the Niti Aayog says. They says no one switched off a mic. If she wanted, she could have continued. We would have given her extra time. But Mamata Banerjee did not do that. She just storms out of the meeting and then she comes out to create a narrative. Has she done that? The Trinamool has hit back at the government. The Trinamool says that just because we are in the opposition, do not think that you as in the centre can stifle our voice. Also joining ground with Mamata Banerjee tonight is the entire opposition. The entire opposition today is supporting Mamata Banerjee. They say what happens to cooperative federalism, right from an M.K. Stalin to multiple leaders in the Congress party, and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, a known baiter of Mamata Banerjee, says Mamata is lying. So a lot of stuff that has happened through the day that we'll decode over the next many, many minutes with a panel of guests also. But first up, to put the story in context, exactly what we've heard from Mamata Banerjee. The big political charge that she is making after Rahul Gandhi once had said कि मेरा mic बंद कर दिया था संसद में. This is Mamata Banerjee claiming her mic was switched off at the Niti Aayog meeting.
चंद्रबाबू नायडू जी ने बोला उसको 20 कैमरा का मैंने तो 36 मिनट का चीफ मिनिस्टर बोला और लोगों के 10 मिनट 12 मिनट बोले गए अरे कैमरा पीछे करना यार मेरे को बोलने को 5 मिनट पूरे करना था स्टॉप कर दिया ऐसे किसी तरह आपको डिस्क्रिमिनेट नहीं करना चाहिए if you discriminate between your party to other party then how the country will run मैंने जो बोलना एक ने बोला है उसका बाद में बस मैं हूँ माइक स्टॉप कर मैं बोलने चाहते थे और थोड़ा बात लेकिन मेरे को बोलने के लिए वो 5 मिनट में स्टॉप कर दिया
मैं बोलना चाहती थी लेकिन 5 मिनट्स बाद ही मुझे स्टॉप कर दिया is Mamata's claim. Now clearly because the opposition believes that this is a good way to deflect the other story, that is that there is a wedge in the India alliance and Mamata Banerjee, without listening to the entire opposition, travelled to Delhi to attend the Niti Aayog meeting, today says Mamata is right. Mamata is speaking on behalf of the opposition. In fact, multiple reactions that have come in from the opposition will tell you that they say that this is a government not following the principles of cooperative federalism.
Cooperative federalism takes a hit again today. Chief Minister of Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, Chief Minister of a non-BJP ruled state, had to walk out of the meeting in protest that she was not allowed to speak or complete her speech. This is very unfortunate.
ये गलत बात है कि इस तरह से मुख्यमंत्रियों के माइक बंद कर दिया जाए, मुख्यमंत्रियों की बात न सुनी जाए. नीति आयोग को इस बात पर ध्यान देना चाहिए. तो ममता बनर्जी के साथ जो किया है उचित नहीं है.
Despite the fact that
Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of Bengal, wanted to engage in dialogue, but you know what exactly happened? They did not give her the due respect that a Chief Minister of any state is required to get. BJP is continuing to be anti-democratic by being partial towards the opposition ruled states, and it is not ready for any dialogue with the opposition.
So this clearly is that rallying point that the opposition was looking for a long time to attack the centre. They say whatever Mamata Banerjee is saying is true. She was not allowed to speak, and this is the reason we told you so, that there is no point to go in for a Niti Aayog meeting because we will not be heard. But then, is this just half of the story? Is this even true? Now, you've seen a very sharp counter that has come in from the centre, particularly fronted by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. Now, we'll also play out some images that have come in to us from inside the meeting, where you see Nirmala seated right next to the row that the Prime Minister was also sitting in, and Nirmala Sitharaman was a part of that meeting. You see her there very clearly in most of the pictures. This is an image of Mamata Banerjee before she walks out. And this is a group photograph of everyone who was in attendance. And the Niti Aayog CEO tells us that you had 10 absentees, 10 chief ministers who were supposed to be there who were not there, and 26 participants, including Mamata Banerjee, till she walks out. Let's bring you back to what we've heard from the Finance Minister. The Finance Minister, multiple times, first by a reaction and then by a very detailed post on the social media, says that all this that Mamata Banerjee is claiming never happened. She says no one switched off her mic, it was never muted. She spoke for as long as she wanted. She said every chief minister is allotted a particular time to speak, and everyone heard Mamata. She also says that I was really happy that Mamata was sitting there, and Mamata would be speaking on behalf of the state. Later, you also have the Niti Aayog telling us in detail of what has happened. Much like the PIB, they also went in for a fact check. And they said that all this is an attempt to spread falsehood. So clearly you hear one side putting out one charge versus a clarification that has come in from the other side. But even after this clarification, we haven't seen any response that has come in from Mamata Banerjee. But let's listen in first up to what we heard also from the Finance Minister, followed by the Niti Aayog.
Every Chief Minister was given an allotted time, and that was displayed on the screen which was present before every table. But it's unfortunate that the Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee, has claimed that as switching off her mic, which is not true. If she's reminded that her time is over, she could have requested that she's going to continue speaking like some other chief ministers did. But she chose to use that as an excuse so that she can get out of the meeting. I wish Mamata Banerjee would please say the truth behind this rather than, again, build a narrative based on falsehood.
Every chief minister is allotted 7 minutes, and there's just a clock on top of the screen which tells you the time that is remaining. So it goes from 7 to 6 to 5 to 4 to 3. At the end of that, it shows 00, nothing else. The Raksha Mantri just does that on his table. That's it. And that's it. And then she said that, look, I would have liked to speak for more time, but I'll not speak anymore.
So the Niti Aayog CEO said that Mamata Banerjee herself said that I don't want to speak anymore. So what really is this fuss all about? Now, multiple reactions that you've heard from the BJP, particularly coming in from the West Bengal BJP, say that this is a common modus operandi of Mamata Banerjee. She never wanted to be there for the sake of it. She was going there for theatrics. All this, they say, was pre-planned.
যেভাবে মমতা ব্যানার্জি নীতি আয়োগের মিটিং থেকে চলে এলেন, পরিষ্কার বোঝা যাচ্ছে একটা পরিকল্পনা করে আগে থেকেই গিয়েছিলেন যে একটা ছুতো খুঁজব আর মিটিং বয়কট করব। 5 মিনিট যদি পশ্চিমবঙ্গ পেয়ে থাকে, 5 মিনিট টাইম তো অনেক সময়। বিবেকানন্দ মাত্র 2-2.5 মিনিটে তিনি সমস্ত জনতাকে খুশি করে দিয়েছিলেন।
जैसा मुख्यमंत्री ने सब जो अपने बात रखे हैं उनको टाइम भी मिला था, लेकिन वो टाइम में उन्होंने नहीं बोल के चेयर छोड़ के चला गया है। उसको दिखाना है। मैं केंद्रीय सरकार से विरोध कर रहा हूँ। लेकिन ममता दीदी का कोई इच्छा नहीं है कि जनता के लेके कुछ लेके जाए। उसको राजनीति के लिए आते हैं और एकदम आंख बंद करके पूरा मोदी जी को विरोध करते हैं।
So that is Locket Chatterjee saying कि आइडिया यही था, प्लान यही था to create this ruckus, to create this drama. Now that is the BJP's response. The next response that you will hear is coming in from the Congress. This man is a known beta for Mamata Banerjee, but he is still with the Congress. The same Congress that is supporting Mamata Banerjee today. Look at what he says. He says, I think she had planned everything beforehand. All this was planned, much like the BJP is alleging. What is worse is that he goes on to call Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of West Bengal, quote unquote, a liar.
नीति आयोग की बैठक में ममता बनर्जी जो कह रहे हैं, मुझे लगता है झूठ। ये सारे निहायत ही झूठ बोलते हैं। और दूसरी बात यह कि हुआ क्या होने वाला पहले से उन्होंने ममता बनर्जी इसका इजाहार दे चुके हैं कि हमें बुलाए हैं, हम जाना चाहते हैं, लेकिन हुआ हमें बोलने को नहीं मिलेगा मौका। ये पहले जाने का पहले जो नौटंकी होते हैं ना, नौटंकी की सारे जो स्क्रिप्ट है बयान कर चुके थे वो।
So who's playing politics? Who's lying? It's a fascinating story to decode, and that's exactly what we are about to do. Let's, in fact, just take a moment to again look at Mamata Banerjee and those images there. And till now, I was searching whether there is a response that has come in from the Trinamool after what you've heard from the Niti Aayog, but that has not happened. We'll see if Dr. Riju Datta, who represents the TMC on the show, has any kind of response to what you've heard from the Finance Minister and the Niti Aayog too. Along with Tom Varakan, the national spokesperson of the BJP on the show, Professor Jyothsna is representing the TDP. That again is the villain, according to Mamata Banerjee, because Naiduji is speaking for 20 minutes, but Mamata Banerjee, Jyothsna ji, gets just 5 minutes. So she says, ye nahi chalega, we'll not tolerate this anymore. Also, Kamruzaman Chaudhary is a political analyst. He leans towards the Congress. And Salem Dharnidharan, spokesperson of the DMK, is completing our panel. As I say, good evening to all of you. Riju, first up from you. Why did Mamata Banerjee lie? You know, if there is a specific counter that says 7 minutes to any chief minister, and the counter just cuts down to 0, that means your time is up. And then you also have the Niti Aayog CEO who said that she could have continued to speak if she wanted, but she said no, and she just walked out.
I'll start off by asking, why has Times now made up his mind that it's the BJP that is talking the truth?
No, I'm just reiterating what the Niti Aayog has said.
Make my point.
If you have another version, you must share that with us.
Yeah, so don't. Yes, I'm sharing that. So I hope you're unbiased. Now, Bengal is owed 1,71,000 crores from the union government. Bengal is deprived, and it was deprived in this current union budget as well, which was used to bribe its two allies to keep this Milijuli Sarkar buoyant. Now, Mamata Banerjee attended the Niti Aayog not as the Trinamool Congress chairperson, but as the Chief Minister of West Bengal for the rightful dues of Manrega, Awas, which are blocked intentionally by the union government out of sheer political vendetta. We have nothing against Chandrababu Naidu. He has spoken for 20 minutes. He could very well speak for 2 hours. We have nothing against Andhra or Bihar getting extra funds. Good. They have got their pound of flesh. What about us? We are also paying taxes. Last but not the least, Mamata Banerjee spoke for 5 minutes. She couldn't complete her speech. There was constant tapping and bell ringing, and her mic was turned off. Bengal was insulted again today. Mamata Banerjee was insulted, and the people of Bengal will give a befitting reply to this mic band sarkar. And coming back to what Nirmala Sitharaman ji and Niti Aayog is saying, I am sure, and your viewers know, that every conversation, every statement made by the chief ministers in Niti Aayog is recorded.
Yes.
Rather than the Honorable Finance Minister blatantly lying in front of the media, or Niti Aayog lying and tugging the BJP line, Come out with the video. दूध का दूध, पानी का पानी हो
Okay,
जाएगा.
that's a good spin, Riju. That's a good spin now that you're giving to the story. So, Tom, yes, the onus now shifts on you, Tom, because TMC has made it very clear. Riju, allow me a moment. I think, Tom, this is a good point to get you in, because he says, you have the video, release it. Where is the proof? And TMC also maintains that everything that we've heard from the Finance Minister and from the Niti Aayog CEO is nothing but falsehood. So, Tom, why are you targeting Mamata Banerjee? If you didn't allow her to speak, just be upbeat about it. You don't like the opposition.
Deepti, let me get down to the basics here. There was a PIB fact check. The tapes were all measured, and based on that, it was a PIB fact check that established that she spoke her time complete. And if she had any intentions of continuing, she could have said, yes, I would like to extend my time. Instead, she played to the gallery. Let me tell you the basic psychology of this lady. She wants to take the center stage from Rahul Gandhi and Congress. She says, well, I'm different. I'm going to attend the meeting. And here everybody thought, well, she's coming for the meeting. That was theatre, the stage one of that play. Then she comes out and says, well, you didn't give me the time. I was not given respect. And the plot is very clear. She wanted to drive attention away from the Congress party. She wanted to be center stage. She wanted to grab headlines. And poor Niti Aayog is caught between this adventurous...
So, Tom, I like the spin that even you are offering to the entire story. You know, it's a great day because we've seen a lot of charges, counter charges coming in. But, Tom, why don't we release the video? Riju says we want the truth to be out. He said, "Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani ho jayega." Release the video. Will you be willing to do that?
We are willing to do anything because the facts are facts. The Finance Minister has spoken, PIB has put his neck out, and there is the other state chief ministers who are there. This is not in some cave that these discussions are going on. This is in public view. This is all recorded. And everything is goes on record. If she wants to play drama, theatre, I've seen her playing this drama in the Congress.
But is it fair? Is it fair, Tom, that you're making this personal? You know, why are you making this about Mamata Banerjee? The entire opposition says we are united. You don't let us talk. Rahul Gandhi, not very long ago, had said this in the parliament also, कि हमारा mic बंद कर देते हैं. But Riju, I'll just give you 10 seconds to quickly counter before I get in more of our panelists. Riju, quickly.
My quick counter is PIB, just like NCW, ED, CBI, they're all compromised bias. When Tom talks about all the other CMs in attendance, all the other CMs are part of the NDA alliance.
No, but Riju, isn't that a very myopic way to look at the story? See, if you say that everything that they say is lies and everything that we say is the truth, how will the country work like this?
Deepti, you gave me 10 seconds and you cut me off.
No, because I don't understand this premise that the TMC is taking. कि हम सब सच बोलेंगे, वो झूठ बोलेंगे.
नहीं तो ठीक है, बीजेपी तो सत्यवादी युधिष्ठिर है ना सब लोग. वीडियो निकाल दे. I want to make this point very clear. See, the followers of camera GVs can point finger at others of grabbing attention. But the bottom line is, Niti Aayog is a farce, is a disgrace and should be scrapped altogether. There is nothing that beneficial that has come out of it, ever.
Okay. I want to get in Kamru quickly before Salim comes in and then Jyothsna ji, who can actually sit pretty today because one thing is proven that Chandrababu Naidu got the best time. He got 20 minutes to speak. So, you know, I think she's pretty happy right now, Jyothsna ji. And Kamru was also, you know, just smiling when you had Riju fighting against the BJP. But Kamru, have you heard a leader called Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary? He today saying Mamata Banerjee is lying. All this was a drama. It was a farce, Kamru.
No, there are two sides to this story. You know, what I believe as a congressman from Bengal, Mamata Banerjee has gone to Delhi to give some cover fire to the Narendra Modi's Niti Aayog meeting. That's my perception of the entire this thing. Her attendance in the Niti Aayog meeting. when the entire opposition had boycotted the Niti Aayog meeting. Here, Riju Datta, the official spokesperson of the TMC, is saying that Niti Aayog is a farce. We all believe it is a farce. Then why did she attend the meeting? Just to give a cover
so you've opened another front. Fascinating story going on. So I'm assuming that you will, much like Adhiranjan Chaudhary, say, Kamru, are you saying Mamata is lying? Is Mamata Banerjee lying?
Coming to the point, ma'am, the basic question that why did the opposition CMs boycotted the meeting? Because we felt discriminated against in the budget, in the union budget. Mamata Banerjee also felt the same way. She voiced her concern on the day of the budget itself. Then what was the reasoning for her to attend the Niti Aayog meeting? Which is already a pre-decided agenda in the meeting.
She did not listen to you, no. She said, I got no information. Kamru, she said this very openly to the media. She said, I got to know only from you. No one from the India Alliance bloc has spoken to me. No one from the Congress bothered to call me.
Who announced the decision to boycott? It was DMK's Mr. Stalin who started to say that we will boycott the Niti Aayog. Then all the Congress's 3 chief ministers, they decided. But the point, Dipti, here is not that. Point here is that today the Niti Aayog is in such a position, it comes to a meeting just to hop the limelight of that we are doing work in India, and basically the entire agenda of the meeting has been already pre-decided and dumped on the other chief ministers of the states. That's basically because when you abolish the planning commission, which had the power to distribute funds to the states, does the Niti Aayog have that much of a power? No. It's only the PMO that is deciding now. And that is the reason why opposition CMs have already boycotted and announced the boycott.
Kamru, just tell me yes or no. Do you think Mamata Banerjee is lying? Was all this pre-scripted?
I don't think so, that it is a pre-script, because I have to believe Mamata Banerjee as a chief minister of a state. What is saying, as Riju Datta said, if you have got that she is lying, then please put out the video on the public domain. But the fact remains whether Mamata Banerjee is lying or whether Nirmala Sitharaman or the PIB is lying, that cannot be judged in a TV studio. It has to be collaborated with evidence.
I like the way Kamru leaves the door a little bit open, because he says, I do not know if Mamata is lying, the Finance Minister is lying, the PIB is lying. Riju? So, isharo mein, I think he's given you the message. Adhiranjan Chaudhary has been, he's just been in your face. He said Mamata is lying. He believes that. Kamru is just being very, very diplomatic when he decides not to say that. But let me get in Salim quickly here. Now, Salim Dharnidharan, when you look at the entire, issue that has spanned out, clearly on a day when the top focus story would have been that there is a wedge in the India Alliance and, Mamata Banerjee did not listen to MK Stalin. She did not hear from the Congress or any other opposition neta. She went for the meeting. She has completely changed the narrative, as the BJP is alleging, to make this about Mamata herself. Mamata today is the headline. So what have you achieved by boycotting the meeting?
Hi, firstly, thank you for having me on the show. But I don't know why for the last 1 year or so, ever since the India Alliance was formed, I think every news channel has been very keen to say that there has been breakage of India Alliance, which is actually never true. All the parties in the India Alliance, all the leaders of India Alliance have stayed united. But at least if you look in the last more than 3-6 years, how many debates must have happened on this? If there is a friction in India Alliance, I think it would cross definitely more than 500. So I think maybe a lot of people do not want India Alliance to exist, but unfortunately India Alliance do exist, and there is no friction, and leaders are in very good harmony. Right? See, basically why my leader did not go is because he feels, and rightly so, that Tamil Nadu has been, people of Tamil Nadu have been insulted. It's not DMK or ADMK or Trinamool or whatever, but people of Tamil Nadu, 8.2 crore people of Tamil Nadu have been paying taxes, have been neglected because we've asked for certain demands like funds for the second phase of Chennai Metro for the last 3 years, Madurai Metro, Coimbatore Metro. The funds have never been allotted. And more so, we've been asking funds for a very construction of important over highway, like bridge and highway. Funds for us not been allotted. AIMS has not been completed. And we've been emphasizing on release of funds for the cyclone which happened. And they completely boycotted it. No funds have been released. as a protest, our Chief Minister did not go.
Okay.
And if West Bengal Chief Minister chose to go, that's her prerogative. Leaders have different way of dealing with issues. Why should everyone deal an issue in a single manner? I think my leader was right in not going, because Tamil Nadu people have been insulted, and I think he is now right because Mamata Banerjee has gone, and she was also insulted there because she is not let to speak. In fact, same thing happened 3 years back. Our Finance Minister then, P.D. Thiagarajan, had tweeted it become a row that he was not given sufficient time to speak. He said the Goa Finance Minister was given more time than Tamil Nadu, which pays 55 times more taxes than Goa. I think it became a controversy. Then you had a debate on the same thing. But see, even you are telling, where is the proof? You are saying Nirmala Sitharaman is saying she is BJP, right? Then who is the CEO of Niti Aayog, B.V.S. Subramanian? Who is he, an IAS officer? Who appointed the IAS officer? Is the Modi government. Who do the officers listen? The appointer. Who appointed him? The Modi government. So he will listen to the Modi government. Where are the neutral voices coming and saying she did not, she was given the time? Right. The BJP, of course, will say that we gave sufficient time. What else do you expect?
Salim, I did interrupt while you were speaking, because, then again the same charge will come that we don't let the opposition speak. Some of the opposition leaders want to boycott. Some will say, "Hamara mic band kar diya." But clearly that does not happen on times now. We are very democratic. But tell me one little thing before I get in Jyothsna ji into the conversation. What did you achieve at the end of the day? You raised a number of pertinent issues. Had it not been better in hindsight, had you gone there, raised all these issues, at least much like Mamata Banerjee went there, created a point? You did not do that. Isn't this a missed opportunity?
See, do you think this is the only meeting that has happened? I think we have been in power for more than 3 years and some months now. There have been a number of meetings for which we have attended, raised a voice, and there have been a number of representations that has been done. And even 3 days before the budget, Chief Minister gave 4 demands. One is on the metro, second is on the highway, third is on the cyclone relief front, and then on AIIMS Madurai. None of it was fulfilled. None of this.
Okay,
I think
because
that is
you're
the problem.
not an ally like Jyothsna ji or a Nitish Kumar, right? Not like a Chandrababu Naidu or a Nitish Kumar, you're not an ally. So clearly Tom and his party would not want to listen to you. That's what the opposition is saying. But Jyothsna ji, you today, I think, should not be complaining. Mamata Banerjee has come out and she spilled the beans. She said, I was given 5 minutes. Chandrababu Naidu spoke for 20 minutes. So, I mean, why this difference? She's also a democratically elected chief minister.
So, if I pose the same question to you, saying that it is 9:25 and 25 minutes into the debate, and TDP is not given an opportunity to speak now, shall I say that? It doesn't work that way. When we are in a meeting, obviously, or in a debate, let's say, if we equate the same, what happens is the other person gets some more time according to their requirements if they have that commitment. So here I would say it is clear and sheer difference between commitment and attention seeking. They themselves are saying, हमें तो नीति आयोग पर भरोसा ही नहीं है, उसको निकाल दो. And they say that no, we are coming for the Niti Aayog meeting. My simple questions to Mamata Di. I truly adore her because I see her as a very strong lady. So definitely I call her Mamata Di. So Mamata Di को मेरे 2 प्रश्न हैं खाली. I just want to ask her, दीदी आपको 7 मिनट दिए गए थे या नहीं? Were you given 7 minutes or not? If yes, in those 7 minutes, did you talk about your state, talk about what was required? And if you thought that those 7 minutes were not enough, did you ask for more time or not? If you ask and then they don't give, yes, that could be something questionable. But आप पूछे ही नहीं, कुछ भी नहीं, हंगामा कर दे रहे हो. That's what they claim. See, again, I'll come back here. For them, the finance minister is lying. ठीक है? Subramaniam ji, the Niti Aayog CEO ji is lying. And again, the PIB fact check is lying. So everybody is lying. Only they are the ones, जैसे अभी रिजू जी ने बोला था, Satya Harishan, they are the only ones who are talking truth. And again, when I say all this, पहले budget, देखिए आप एक बात समझ लीजिए. Initially it was the budget. During the budget sessions also, they have done all the hangama. Now it's the Niti Aayog meeting. So my question to them is, कितने दिन victim card play करते रहोगे आप? Why don't you stay strong and demand for your state? Why are you just playing the victim card here? Saying that हमें time नहीं दिया गया, हमें ये नहीं दिया, Chandrababu Naidu ji को दिया. Yes, Chandrababu Naidu ji has got a commitment for the state. He said, give me some more time, I'll talk more. I need to talk more. I need to put more some points here. So
wow, so Jyothsna,
So
I'm having a redux, and I just want to make a quick point, then you can complete this, because initially I remember during our 7 p.m. show also, we were discussing this, and it was the TDP spokesperson Riju, and Tom, that actually revealed that yes, Chandrababu Naidu actually got 20 minutes. He spoke far longer than what the time was allotted to a Mamata Banerjee. So somewhere, Tom, a question will also be asked of you, that this discrimination, how does this augur going ahead into politics where you will have to take all states along? Just because Chandrababu Naidu today is a powerful ally, you can't do without him, but you can do without the entire opposition. Why are you punishing them?
Let me complete.
Tom, take 10 seconds, then Jyothsna.
Yeah. I would like to be very candid. If a chief minister asks for time, the CEO would definitely give that time. If somebody is there for theatre and is not asking for time, I'll give you a key sentence of what Mamata ji told the media, which will expose the whole thing. I would speak on behalf of the opposition ruled states.
Yes.
What does she mean by that? She means she is the boss of the India Alliance. Rahul Gandhi can take a walk. This is the message she wanted to convey.
What really is this thing about Rahul Gandhi, Tom? Every now and then you start talking about Rahul Gandhi.
Rahul Gandhi has been playing center stage, and the India Alliance, he has been positioned as a person who is the next PM. Whether he becomes a PM or doesn't become, that's another issue. Here's a lady, came up there, spoke for 5 minutes, had her agenda very clear. She walked out. She's on both sides, She has played the card so well. She is for cooperative, federalism. At the same time, she's with the India Alliance. No, she's playing her cards brilliantly. And I've known her that way.
I see that even Tom is trying to woo Mamata Banerjee. Beleaguered Mamata Banerjee, who's been called a liar by Adhiranjan Chaudhary, Jyothsna ji, but I'll let you quickly complete your point, Riju, before you come in.
Yes. My point was, I didn't say 20 minutes or more or less. I said if I have to speak on my state, because they went there as chief ministers, not representing a party or something like that. We have to understand that. So as the chief minister of Andhra Pradesh, we had certain issues to be put up.
But
so we might have asked, because I'm not there.
That's what she says. So does Mamata Banerjee as the chief minister of Bengal.
She said, I have come here as the opposition, not as the chief minister. Kindly.
No, she said this. She said, I am speaking on behalf of all the states which have been deprived. From the opposition side, she said, I'm here to strengthen cooperative federalism, but you are not for cooperative federalism. She says the budget is totally politically biased. Why discriminate against other states? Jyothsna ji, for a moment, just put yourself and your leader in her position.
My point is, they chose not to come. See, I said, I asked 2 questions, saying that, did she ask for more time and did they deny that?
Okay, let's ask Riju that.
I'm not commenting on Mamata Di.
Okay.
I'm just saying that, did she ask and was she denied?
Riju, did she ask, was she denied? I mean, what kind of a story are we really debating? I mean, इसने ऐसा बोला नहीं, उसने ऐसा किया नहीं, माइक बंद हुआ नहीं हुआ, कौन झूठ बोल रहा है, कौन सच बोल रहा है, रिजू?
I'll just give you the answers one by one. First to Tom G. He's one of the better and more erudite spokespersons of BJP. But rather than him wasting his time and raising his BP over Rahul Gandhi and Mamata Banerjee, he should first concentrate on Keshav Prasad Maurya and Yogi Adityanath and what is happening in his own state of Uttar Pradesh, which is folding like a pack of cards. Number one. Number two, to Jyothsna ji. Jyothsna ji, politics is very different. And I will remind you on Times Now, because whatever you say on Times Now is there in their archive. In 2018, pre-2019 polls, Telugu Desam Party Chief Chandrababu Naidu Garu said, earlier there were political compulsions, but it is now democratic compulsion which is making us all non-BJP parties join together to save the democratic institutions of the country. So how time changes. So whatever you are saying here, I hope Chandrababu Naidu ji stays in NDA, but if he switch sides and if BJP blocks your funds, then you have to chew back your words. So be careful of what you say on national debates because they are archived. And you have a history of being with us in the past. So,
Riju, you are also ducking the question that Jyothsna ji asked. Did Mamata Banerjee ask for more time? Was she denied that time?
I am not ducking the question. I'll give you the answer.
Yes.
Mamata Banerjee, everybody was given 7 minutes. Mamata Banerjee, after 5 minutes of her speech, there were constantly tapping and bell ringing. That was an insult to the Chief Minister, and then she, in protest, she walked out because she was insulted by the Niti Aayog and the NDA Chief Ministers. Especially she was insulted by Narendra Modi, who insulted Mamata Banerjee and the people of Bengal.
No, how did Narendra Modi insult Mamata Banerjee? And I heard Mamata Banerjee saying her mic was switched off.
Who was chairing the meeting?
So are you saying it was Narendra Modi ringing the bell?
Any other leader in NDA?
Because the Niti Aayog CEO, Riju earlier has said that there was no bell and no one interrupted
I am not saying Narendra. No, don't twist my words. Please do not twist my words. Do not twist my words. Do not twist my words. I am saying she was disturbed. There was bell ringing. There was tapping. That is what Mamata Banerjee said. I was not there in the meeting. But I don't know. That only Didi knows, and Didi said she was disturbed after 5 minutes. After 5 minutes. And Narendra Modi, the Honorable Prime Minister, was present in the meeting. Did he stop this disturbance? Did he allow the only opposition woman Chief Minister to make her point and complete her speech? No.
Okay. I think this is real.
I am again saying all this ruckus, all this chaos can all come down to the video being published. Why?
Yes, I think that's a good point, Riju, that you began this entire conversation on. Let's have the video. So, Tom, let's release the video. Doodh ka doodh, pani ka pani karenge. But Salem, I'll just come to you. Kamru, you go first. Will you not pull up an Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary if you believe Mamata Banerjee is not lying? Because you clearly believe in her story. And all netas from the entire opposition have ganged up to attack the centre. So sack Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary.
No, there are two issues out here. Deepti, you must understand, you don't mislead the nation about Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and the Congress party.
Where is the misleading? No, don't say this. No, Kamru, there is a reaction. You heard his bite.
That's a reaction.
Yes.
What the Congress party and the entire opposition stand on the Niti Aayog meeting is that Niti Aayog is a farce being run from the PMO to suit his own narratives or to centralize the entire distribution of power among the cooperative federal structure of the country to allocate funds according to his wishes, that is the PMO's wishes. In this sense, the budget has allocated some very unfair distribution towards the states. Even Madam from TDP sitting here has not understood the budget what has been allocated to Andhra Pradesh. It's a loan facility that is being facilitated by the central government to be given to Andhra Pradesh and equally to the Bihar. That issue is not for debate tonight, so I don't want to get into that. But the basic point out here is that why did Mamata Banerjee go to the Niti Aayog meeting in the first place? You know you will be insulted. You know you will be insulted because that's the character of the Gujaratis that are controlling the Indian government right now.
You're again making very personal comments, Kamru. I don't think there is a need to get personal with absolutely anyone. I said this for Tom, I'm saying this exactly for you too. There is a larger debate and this is a very serious charge what Mamata Banerjee has leveled. Riju, very quickly, I think this is for the second time in the debate that Kamru is saying, why did Mamata Banerjee go? She was well aware कि उनकी कोई नहीं सुनेगा. He is alleging कि insult होगी. Why did she go?
Deepti, I want to ask you first a very serious question. And it is a question to you, Deepti. Why are we discussing a person who not only lost the election but came third? Is he so important that he deserves time on this prime time show?
See?
Why are we discussing Adhir Chaudhary? Who is he? Did Rahul Gandhi make a comment? Did Sonia Gandhi ji make a comment?
So you don't mind when Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, you don't mind, the Trinamool does not mind when Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is calling Mamata Banerjee, your Chief Minister, as a liar.
Can I say?
Yes.
Are we supposed to answer every Tom, Dick, and Harry sitting in some room and shouting on the top of his voice?
Okay.
Who is he? Why are we even discussing him? He contested an election.
These are interesting times. Interesting times in Indian politics. The India Alliance, like Salim has been indicating, that no matter what, we'll stay together. Salim, 30 seconds to you, then Tom will get the final word.
Ma'am, and I think I'll ask another question. She went, right? She is representing the opposition. At least 10 state chief ministers have not gone.
Yes.
Even though she did not ask for extra time, let's assume for the sake of it. I do not believe that happened. She was insulted. I believe that. But for the sake of it, let's assume that she did not ask for extra time. But the Prime Minister itself should have given her 30 to 35 minutes to speak, because you're representing every other state. Let's say in your channel you have 5 panelists and all 4 are from BJP and 1 is from the opposition. You will at least make sure that he gets 50% of the time, because he can counter everyone. Similarly, she should have been given time. On the contrary, what they did, after 4 minutes itself, started ringing the bell and insulting it. This is not how you treat a chief minister, no?
Okay.
She went with an agenda to voice for Bengal and also for the India Alliance, but then they insulted her.
My director is telling me time is up. You know, I don't have anyone who's going to ring a bell. No one can mute anyone's mic here. But Tom, this is just about political courtesies. You know, just about courtesies, what Salim said, I think is a very fine point. That forget the fact that she's in the opposition, forget every other thing. But if she was there, why didn't you let her speak?
Deepti, I'm surprised. We are not dealing with a 12-year-old or a 15-year-old kid. This is Mamata Banerjee in full stream. She doesn't need time. She can ask for the time. Prime Minister need not spoon feed her, say, okay, you speak on behalf of Tamil Nadu, and here please speak on behalf of the other states, Telangana for that matter. She says she wants to represent the entire non-BJP states, opposition states. And that was the adventure she went into. If she had that issue, she could have just said, well, I want to speak on behalf of these states. And that is not the job of the Prime Minister to spoon feed her. Oh, please speak on Stalin's behalf, or please speak on behalf of... I mean, that's not on. I mean, this is a civilized conference room. There are people there, and she talks about disturbances. What disturbances? When you have 25 people sitting there, some sounds will happen. So
I see a lot of hardening of stance by all sides. Jyothsna ji, apologies. I'm not able to come back to you because of a lot of time, but I think it's very, very important to go down at the root cause of this. There is a very serious charge that has been made by a sitting chief minister. And the only way I think we can establish who's lying, who's not lying is, like Riju said, release the video. Will that happen? And then we will figure out kiska doodh ka doodh aur pani ka pani hota hai. Jyothsna ji and all gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us on this edition of the News Hour.